That sounds good. Thank you, Jeff. And all that rain and snow that came down, well, it has to go somewhere.
Yeah, and people in communities like East Lake were left to deal with all of it. Shelby Miller is live tonight there with more. Shelby.
Yeah, Chris and Lydia, the city of East Lake, in fact, still has a pump out here trying to get this water out of this neighborhood and just back into Lake Erie. In fact, check it out. Still flooded roads back over here. People who live around here tell me this is the worst flooding they've seen in a long time. Inches of water cover streets, yards, and garages in parts of East Lake.
The winds were so strong, it kept pushing it over, and before we knew it, it was just like a flow.
Pam Gridstead has lived next to Lake Erie for more than 30 years. She says she's never seen anything this bad. Winds were so strong today that waves blew over the barrier, turning her entire backyard into a pond.
My golden retriever just stood on the deck and looked and said, well, what do you want me to do? And the other one just swam.
The wild weather didn't just make a muddy mess for homeowners, it wrecked all of Pierre Stolkowski's electronics.
We had freezing rain, sleet, snow, and it was windy, and the wires were really moving back and forth, and then we heard a pop.
That pop was a power surge, which ruined everything, including his furnace, washer, microwave, and fridge. It's going to cost him a lot to fix it all.
Over $5,000.
Between fixing furnaces and dealing with all that rain, technicians at H-Jack's Plumbing and Heating stayed busy today.
When it rains a lot of sewers back up to where the rainwater, sometimes it's a combination where it's a storm and a sewage pipe, and that'll back up into the home, into the basement.
Thankfully for Grinstead, the Lake Erie water only got in her garage and didn't damage anything. Still, she's amazed at what the power from the wind and the waves did to her neighborhood.
But I've never seen the lake as angry as it is. I mean, the lake is really, really mad.
Yeah, it's still pretty choppy out here tonight, too. But the good news is homeowners say a lot of this has receded compared to what it was like this morning. Then they had about a foot of water in their backyards. Of course, they are much, much happier about the drier weather that's to come this weekend. Reporting live in East Lake, Shelby Miller, Cleveland 19 News.